Hi, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of the Grain Gauntlet. As always, 5 questions from current clients and potential prospect on the grain markets. I'm Josh. This is Patrick. You ready to go?
Be ready and fired up.
Okay, here we go. First question. Will corn prices rally like last year after harvest lows are in?
This is my greatest concern right now. Last year we had a harvest low. We dropped 35 cents in the beginning of October. Put in low just under $4, and then we rallied, and that was sweet. Why worry about a low when you rally? This reminds me more with a 2.1 billion bushel carryout, with the USDA adding 7 million harvested acres and already taking consideration more demand. They've added 700 million bushels of demand to last year's total. So taking that all in, they had a 2.1 billion bushel carryout. Wow, we could see what happened in 16 and 9 through 2019 again, which was no rally at all until weather problems in the spring. That would be devastating for a lot of people, because those that can pull up selling off the combine still have to have cash flow over the winter. Bankers will be on your butts, and that means selling at a crappy price. So it's best right now take advantage of the potential down move by hedging.
Okay. And add in, obviously, really good harvest weather so far. So we've got a lot of crop coming to market at the same time.
Yeah, very quickly. Harvest weather looks absolutely fantastic.
Okay. All right, next question. Should I immediately buy back corn and soybean sales I'm making off the combine?
If you're making the sales right now, no. I would wait to see harvest lows again. Last year, we dropped 35 cents in the first 3 weeks of October. You don't want to buy back and be long 35 cents off the bat. Most of you won't stay with that position and take a big loss off of crappy sales, which makes a crappy sales terrible. Wait to harvest lows.
Okay. Even if the U.S. and China sign a trade deal a month from now, will China have any remaining soybeans it needs to buy?
Well, that's a really good question, because they're buying like crazy from Argentina and South America right now. They are the largest importer in the world of soybeans. You know that they import an average of 112 million metric tons. If you take the next 11 exporters together and add them all together, it's 53 million. They're twice the next 11 in volume of imports. You need China to buy U.S. beans. Will they still have a need? Sure, they'll have a need. Will the price be good enough here in the U.S.? Yes. Will they be done trying to teach Trump a lesson? Or will they have too much pain in their own economy to deal with the U.S.? We're all hoping that's the case.
Yeah, their typical window from buying from the U.S. is September to January. In February, South America's next crop comes in. All estimates right now put them already bought through maybe mid to late November. Right. And another month, the export tax is back on Argentina, so maybe they'll slow down their purchases. But yeah, we'd probably at this point looking at in most 2 months window if a deal gets struck, soon or within a month from now. But
and if they keep buying the South American beans, they're going to be much higher than ours. So at some point, it will pay for them to buy U.S. beans.
As soon as that tariff goes away, ours would be cheaper right now, obviously. But this is something we're going to have to face future years. I mean, this is with this tariff, with this fight or not, they were trying to rely less on us anyway. So,
right. And that's why we have in corn acres and so few bean acres this year. We keep that trend going, and we find more uses for corn. We won't be so dependent on soybean exports in the long haul. That's a good thing.
Right. Exactly. Domestic. That was one of the emphases of Trump. Do you think we are close to a low on soybeans after all the recent bad news?
I don't see soybeans doing anything with the uncertainty as far as price action. We went down to 960 at some point, 980 more recently, and we kind of been fluctuating between 980 and 1060 for a long time. I don't see that changing until we get news about China buying or not buying, or La Nina's coming, gang. That's good news for us in the U.S. because that affects their planting, growing season in South America. Let's hope for the worst case scenario. La Nina doing a job and making it difficult to grow soybeans in South America. That's the case. I don't care what the deal is with China and Trump. We'll get some exports.
All right. And final question. This one's from our prospect. It says, what can the U.S. do to make up for current and future loss of Chinese demand?
Continue to diversify like we are. Focus more and more on growing corn and other products, sorghum and other things like that. Wheat. Grow less soybean acres overall. Build domestic demand. Soybean oil is being used at a pretty good clip. We're finding new ways to use it. That would be the key. Continued diversification of use, and less acres is a positive.
Yep, we have to plan on a future where China just doesn't buy from us at all. As trade deal or no trade deal, that is their objective.
I don't think people in America want to look at the axis of evil, but that axis is real. The cooperation between North Korea, Iran, Russia, India, which surprises me some, and China, it's a real partnership. They're buying stuff from each other, and those are large economies that they can bypass the U.S. a little bit on that. So we're going to have to make more friends, get more exports to other countries, and be smart enough to plant what is profitable here in the U.S., and that's more feed rate. Gracias.
All right, well, that's all for this week. Thank you, everybody, for the questions. As always, if you have a question, go ahead and email it to our email adminstaff@hedge-plus.com. And then one quick announcement. For those who read our daily emails, opening comments, closing comments, Patrick's ASVs, our weekly report, we have now inserted an audio button in the email. So if you want to listen to the comments, you would just simply look towards the top of the email and click on the play audio button. Link will open up and you'll be able to press play and hear what we've written.
And for those of you who live out of the country, which is all of you, it'd be nice to see you all cheer for the smallest market in baseball, which is the Milwaukee Brewers. Go Brewers.
Go Brewers. Thank you.